Hello, good afternoon. You've tuned into Your Stocks, coming live from CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal Studios. I'm Vinny Motiwala. Thank you so much for tuning in. A good day coming in for the markets, 22,300. About that mark is what the Nifty is managing to hold on to since somewhere around 11:30 a.m. We have not seen that fall past below the 22,300 mark. Yes, off the day's highest point is what the Nifty, but nonetheless, 1% gain, 22,300 levels. 22,300, I beg your pardon, is what it's managing to hold on to. Mid and small cap continue to outperform, like you can see on your screens as well. So mid cap as well as small cap both holding on to gains of more than 0.2% in today's trade. 2% in today's trading session. Bank also managing to hold on to gains in today's trading session. So yes, good moves coming in across the board today in terms of the performance for the Nifty 50 as well as the other indices as well. But on that note, this is a show where we are going to start talking about all the stock-related queries that you have sent us. And to solve all those doubts that you all have sent us, we have Somil Mehta, Head of Alternate Research Capital Market Strategy, Mirae Asset Sharekhan joining in with us, as well as Astha Jain from Securities joining in with us to solve all those doubts. Good morning, Somil. Good afternoon, actually. Afternoon as well as good afternoon, Astha. Thank you so much, as always, for joining in with us. I'm going to start with the first query for today. We have Kamini Jain, who's joining in with us from Bihar. And she's saying that she's holding 70 shares of ONGC at a price of 70 rupees per share. Stock is currently at 229, making a good amount of profit on this one. Wants to know whether she should remain invested in ONGC or look to sell it and book out her profits. Astha, what's your view coming in for ONGC? What should the viewer be doing right now?
Hi, good afternoon to both of you. Talking about this counter, the view is positive and we are recommending a hold with a price target of somewhere around 250 to 260 odd levels. First of all, if I talk about the results in the Q3 of FY25, they were a good set of numbers on the basis of higher than expected revenue which the company has clocked. Secondly, we believe that company's production will rise at a CAGR of around 3.4% for coming FY25, 26 and 27. Now, the reasons behind it, first of all, monetization of some of the standard gas reserves. Secondly, increase in the production from the KG-98 basin. So I think all these factors are pointing towards the more production, and definitely that will lead to the higher financial performance by this company going ahead. So all in all, we are looking at it as a positive counter, recommending hold, not buy, because we feel that if some downside comes, then it is a good buy level as well. So right now, just hold with a price target of 250 to 260 at the initial levels.
Okay. Just hold on to it, and the target price also of an initial level of 250 rupees. If it falls, you can look to add some more as well. So the view coming in from Astha is continue to hold this one. Somil, good afternoon. And on the technicals also, what if you could suggest something for ONGC? How are they looking like? Because viewer obviously is making good amount of profit. Last 6 months, we've seen some bit of a subduedness, right? 20% decline, 26% decline for ONGC. So what does it merit in terms of the technical front?
I think the correction is almost over here. The rally which we saw from 2022 to 2024, that rally has been retraced by 38% or 50%. In fact, that 50% retracement is almost over. We're basing out here, and I think 215, 200 levels will be the great level to even buy more from these levels. I'm extremely positive on the medium-term outlook and in the short term as well. In the short term, I think the next level to watch out on the upside will be 243 in probably next couple of months, and stop loss would be around 224.
Okay. Keep an eye out on the stop loss as the target, which Somil mentioned as well, 243. So keep an eye out on that. Let's move on to the next query for today. And this one is coming in on L&T. Parag is writing to us from Mumbai. 300 shares of L&T is what they're holding at an average price of 3,510 rupees per share, slightly above the price that we're seeing of the stock currently trading at. Wants to know whether to continue to hold this or look to sell this one. Astha, what is your view coming in on L&T? Today, L&T is buzzing. Why? Because they've secured some residential tower contracts in Mumbai, Bangalore, as well as Chennai specifically. But otherwise, L&T, what's your view on the fundamentals?
So fundamentals are looking decent to us. There are two, three bases. First of all, they have a strong order book. Secondly, we believe the way they are pouring into the other areas like electrolyzers or green energy, definitely it will give a strong edge to the company. And we should always acknowledge the fact that company is one of the largest capital good company in the India. So all in all, I think whenever there will be some boost which will come in this sector, L&T will be the key beneficiary for that. So overall, we are positive on this counter, but the way we have seen fall in last few days, I suppose it is a good opportunity just to hold, not to make a buy. So again, here my call is hold with a price target of 34.50 to 34.60.
Okay, keep an eye on that. Hold is the view coming in from Astha. Somil, your view on this one as well. Does it merit that the viewer could actually average some bit more, given that their average buying price, what they've indicated, is around 3,500 rupees? What is your view?
I definitely don't suggest, averaging. I don't believe in averaging actually. But in the very short term, there is a small ending diagonal pattern formed in L&T. It's not broken out yet, but momentum indicators has positive divergence, positive crossover. So I'm expecting this bounce to continue till 34.50 levels in the very short term. And the stop loss and a very crucial level to watch out for as support would be 31.40.
Okay, keep an eye on those levels over there. Let's move on to the next query for today. We have Rahul Taneja, who's writing to us from Mumbai, holding 50 shares of Zomato. This is at a price of 100 rupees per share. Wants to know whether he should continue to hold, sell, or look to buy more. Zomato, he's bought it at 100, currently at 227, obviously off those highs. But, what's your view coming in on Zomato, Astha? We have a couple of brokerage notes also. They continue to maintain by some bit of a paring in terms of target prices is what all of them have given. What is your view? What is the level? And fundamentally, Zomato, now that Swiggy is also coming, what is the bet that you are making here?
So our view is buy, but I think if some dips can come, then they are the better opportunity to make entry into this counter. So yes, buy on dips can be applied to this counter, whereas hold is a strategy which can be applied at present moment of the time. Now, talking about this counter, first of all, want to give the target 250 to 260 is the target which we are giving for this counter as of now. We all know it has a good presence in the food delivery market, and now the way they are expanding their stores and they are now expanding into the e-commerce space also very quickly. So all in all, we feel that company will be able to post very strong set of numbers on the basis of expansion which the company is doing. So it's a good candidate to hold as of now with a target price of 250 to 260. But buy on dips can be a strategy which can be applied definitely on the dips.
Okay, and Somil, your view coming in for Zomato?
In the short term, in the medium term outlook, I think I'm a little negative on the stock, forming low top, low bottom. The momentum indicator is still on the sell side and it's still around the zero line. Trading below 200 daily exponential moving average, a huge triangle is forming for Zomato, and I think I'm expecting this triangle to break on the downside. The next target for this stock would be around 200 or 190 levels in the medium term outlook.
Okay. Next query for today is coming in from New Delhi. This one is from Ananya Sharma. She's holding 80 shares of MobiKwik Systems at a price of 300 rupees per share. Wants to know the outlook for the stock, long-term outlook. Astha, your view?
Long-term outlook is positive because it is one of the India's largest digital wallet space, we know, and they have shown very strong jump in their registered user base. So I think the way this company is now performing, because we all know that IPO came in December and it was a great success, but afterwards we have seen fall also because the valuations became expensive. But right now, I think it's better to hold this counter with a price target of 320 to 330 at the initial level. So we are positive on this counter and recommending a hold.
Okay. And Somil, I know not enough to track in terms of charts. Any view still? 6 months is just barely any time yet. So, your view coming in on this, anything that you have?
It has never closed about 20 daily moving average, which is extremely weak for a stock. if we close about 20 daily moving average, then probably we'll start to see a bottom out formation and then going up. But at the moment, negative in the short term, negative on the medium term outlook.
Okay, that's a view coming in on MobiKwik. But on that note, we're going to slip into a very short break. Viewers, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of your stock-related queries after the break. Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned into your stocks on CNBC TV18. Let's keep it going with all your stock-related queries. We do have Somil Mehta as well as Astha Jain, who are still with us to solve all those doubts. Let's move on to the next query then. ITC, this is the next stock that we'll talk about. Sai is writing to us from Chennai, holding 5,000 shares of ITC at a price of 450 rupees per share. Wants to know whether should you continue to hold this or look to sell this one. Astha, your view coming in for ITC now. Obviously, the hotels business is demerged. That value unlocking is happening on that front. Now, what are we watching out for on the fundamentals, and what would you suggest the viewer do?
So I think fundamental seems to be quite good for this counter, recommending a hold with a price target of 440 to 450, which is the cost price for the viewer as well. Now talking about the fundamentals of the counter, definitely in the cigarette business, they have got a very strong market share. And we all know now this company is expanding. So definitely that will also help the company in posting great set of a number, because this is the key I always look for every company whenever I see about the fundamentals. Until unless your financial performance does not reflect anything, it is all waste. So I think that is also the company is working into, and moreover, we are seeing the demand in the rural areas also. So all in all, I think definitely this demand in the rural areas, as well as now with this new tax regime also, which we have known, this will all going to be positively benefiting the company in the longer run, and hence we are positive on this counter. Initial price target which we are setting is 440 to 450.
Okay, and Somil, your view coming in for ITC, obviously the viewer seems to have bought it more on the higher end of the move that we're seeing for ITC. What should the viewer do, hold or sell now?
I think today we've seen a good reversal in ITC, started forming high tops, high bottom on the daily charts. There are very few stocks which have started doing that, and ITC is one of them. Momentum indicator has a positive divergence, giving a buy signal. So
Somil, we'll reconnect with you because your audio is a bit patchy, but I believe Somil is saying that they are seeing some turnaround, so we'll keep an eye out on ITC on that front. Surely an interesting one. Fundamentals at least surely are strong there, but as of now ITC holding on to gains of almost 1%. Let's move on to the next query. Till then, we have this one coming in from Rajan Iyer, who's writing to us from Mumbai, holding 3,000 shares of Ola Electric. This is at a price of 110 rupees per share. Wants to know whether it's advisable to continue to hold or book his losses. Astha, your view on Ola Electric. Obviously, we've just seen one-way fall coming in for Ola Electric. Not much of a respite, right? After its IPO, and the viewers' buying price is 110, stock is at 56. What should they do?
I think one should not book losses at current point of the time. So we are expecting some sort of upside momentum in the counter, maybe till the level of 65 to 68. So I think at that time one can again review their query of this counter. Talking about this upside momentum, why we are positive. First of all, we all know that the kind of sales they have made, around 25,000 units they have sold. So very strong side of a number. And now they have a 28% market share in the two-wheeler electric vehicle space, in the two electric vehicle space. So I think all in all, with a very strong market share and some of their products like Roadster, I mean, we are excited about that product also, because definitely that will be going to prove very strong, growth in the numbers if it all set well for that product. So all in all, we believe that on the basis of right now, whatever news flow is coming, the stock is showing some sort of mixed reactions. But all in all, I think in the longer term, it can move upside till the level of 65 to 68, where one can again review the query rather than making losses at this point of time.
Okay, and Somil, you're back with us. So Ola Electric, I don't know if there's enough in terms of charts to judge this one, but any view?
If in the moment, on the weekly charts, on the daily charts, low top, low bottom formation, the stock has not been able to sustain about 20 daily moving average for a very long time now. Till the time it does not give us a high top, high bottom formation or a close about 20 daily moving average, at least will not be able to actually give a positive view on Ola Electric. So I think if it closes above 65, then probably the next level to watch out would be 75, 80 levels, which is close to around 200 daily exponential moving average. Close about 65 would be a good start.
Okay. So let's keep an eye out on those levels over there for Ola Electric. Let's move on. Next query for today. Ramesh Kumar is writing to us from Noida. He's holding 50 shares of Inox Wind at a price of 175 rupees per share. Currently, stock is at around 150 rupees. Wants to know whether to hold or look to sell this one. Inox Wind, fundamentally, how is it looking? Astha?
I think he can hold this counter at least till the cost price of 175, because that is what our target is also for this counter, 175 to 180, which we are assigning it as of now. Now, talking about this counter, they have a strong order book of around 3,286 megawatt. Now, what does that mean? This order book is giving them the revenue visibility of around 2 to 3 years, coming 2 to 3 years. So, I mean, that makes the case to remain invested in this counter along with the strong capex guidance which this company is giving. So, all in all, it's better to stay invested in this counter at least till the cost price of 175 to 180, which this viewer is having right.
Okay, surely keeping an eye on those levels over there. And Inox Wind on the charts, how is that looking, Somil? What are we watching out for? Today, surely it's buzzing in trade, but the last 1 month we had seen a decline of 12%, last 6 months, 32% decline almost. So what is it that the viewer should do?
I think I'm still negative on the stock. On the medium term outlook, there's a huge head and shoulder pattern formed, and it's still not broken down. But I think the breakdown level is around 130. Once it closes below 130, the next swing low is around 110, 112 levels. So I'm expecting 110 levels at least for the stock in the medium term outlook.
Okay, that is a view coming in on Inox Wind, but that was the last query for today. So thank you so much, Somil, as well as Astha, for joining in with us, and as always, helping viewers solve their stock-related doubts. But viewers, with that, we'll wind down this edition of Your Stocks on CNBC TV18. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, we're seeing that Nifty, as of now, is managing to hold on to strong gains. And remember, you can always write to us and send us your queries on the email address that will be on the screen. Don't go anywhere. You have Closing Bell up next to take you through the last hour of trade.